much for joining us today. As above, so below. Um, Trying to keep the dates going on. And so I have less than an hour to talk to you guys about what is going on. I want to say, first of all, thank you, salutations to my Madrino, to my Obba, and to all of my brothers and sisters in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, Congo, Palo, Mystic, and Adjus. To each and every one of you guys, for your first time my live and following me, I am Chief Apostle Samuel Jr. I'm the apostle and the pastor of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated. My beliefs are deeply rooted in the ATRs. Salutations. What's up, Chris? What's up, Ryan? Now, the reason why I want to get on here and to discuss what is going on, because I like to be transparent with people and understand where I am in my journey and what I am. I've been out here doing my conjure, preparing myself. I have to be on a meeting with an attorney at 9 o'clock. So between 8:50, I will have to get off line. So I want also I'm scheduled to go in today to do my to get my blood, and so I had to call my doctor's office, and those things are. Good morning, Mother Susan. To each and every one of you guys, thank you so much for participating in what us. Hopefully, I want you to understand that I'm only doing this for you and those that want into their endeavor. What I don't have before me that I think I left it at the church is my book about Etah with Obba, because I don't see it here in the office, so it has to be at the church. Now, I want to speak. What's up, Demetrius? Thank you so much for joining us. I want to speak to you my level of commitment to the Orishas and my Santos and my dedication of how I journey through this process. Now, those that remember, I had received Obba. I received Obba, and I was in Miami. And what I want you to understand that a lot of this stuff I've been teaching you guys about being proactive and not knowing what tomorrow holds. And so I had already it got the Obba said he only had time to do it that Sunday. That's why I wasn't in church that Sunday, but I still did a live. I need to eat something. And so I was in Miami that Tuesday to receive I did a ceremony. I went through all that, not knowing at the time that the medicine that I was on was causing me all the complication. Thank you for joining us, Geronda. And so while I was in Miami, I was taking the medicine, and I was on the phone with Mother Susan. I said, well, I called them an episode. So I had a lot of severe stomach pain, which was one of the side effects of this medicine. I did not know at the time. And when I gained knowledge, I started sending that information out. So I was in Miami. I was on the phone with my children. I was telling them Trey and Josh what was going on with me. At that time, Trey said that he felt like my health was more important than to go to a ETOP. Josh and him was concerned about my drive. So I told them that as long as I'm laying down or I'm sitting up, I have no problems. Not realizing that the dizziness and the being disoriented was coming from the actual medicine that I was taking, because I was still taking the medicine. And I told Dad, Dad, did you take your medicine? I said, yes. Not really knowing that the medicine was causing all of this chaos in my physical life. Neither was I aware or they aware. So they were telling me like, what most say that I should not do the ETAR and I should come make my way home. And I told them that I would take care. If I felt any funny, I would go to a hospital because my insurance can be cut. I can use my insurance anywhere. That was the mindset. The reason why I'm saying all of these things, because neither one of them knew the amount of money that I had spent for the ceremony, the amount of money I spent to be in a hotel and Marriott, and neither one of them are committed in OCHA. When I started OCHA, I made a personal commitment to the Santos. I went through the ceremonies. This is what I mean by denying yourself and denying family. When you make a commitment to spirit, ego, whatever, that don't come before your family. And no matter what they were telling me, I knew I was going to the ETOM. No matter what they're telling me, I knew I was going to do it. So, but I listened to them and I understood their concern. And a lot of times when I'm talking to my loved ones, I am constantly telling them, I will hear you, I will hear your concern, but at the end of the day, this is my personal commitment. A lot of you guys are in these religions and traditions, you're not committed like that. And you don't want to do it anyway. But I'm the type of person, no matter what I was feeling, what was going on me, I endured it. And Obba came and spoke in that Ita. Also Iligwa, but I want to talk about Obba. Obba talked to me about how I need to take care of myself. Obba talked to me about how nobody else is going to take care of what I believe in and what my church, I had to do it on my own. And in that speaking, none of my children are initiated, committed to voodoo, none of this. They practice by their choice, but they are not committed in any tradition. I don't expect anybody, not only my children, but anybody, anywhere, to be a part of something or be initiated. Like my grandmother was an Eastern Star, my spiritual dad was a Mason. When you're not a part of something, you have a different mindset. We know that we have to do what we have to do when we are Santeros, or Paleros, or Tata and Kisi, which supersedes human relationship. In that speaking, this is what I want to say to a lot of you. I drove myself. I received Obba. When I got back, I drove myself back. This is why I was saying to you about getting stuff done. This is why Sister Monique was so essential about getting my altar done. Everybody talking about they're concerned about me. I had to reinforce my Shango. That's what's spoken. I have enemies. I have people talking about me. And so that morning when I got up to leave, I had to go by the Botanica, pick up the stuff for my Shango to reinforce my Shango. When I did presently get back to the church, because of where my Shango is and my Obba altar, Sister Tree is the one. When she got to the church, I was on the floor. I was too weak to even finish. So because I am a Sendero, I had to clean her because she could not touch my rishas without being cleansed. And so I used a mirror to cleanse myself and cleanse her. And she proceeded to help me put the things that I needed to put into my Shango to reinforce him. Before I went through all of this stuff, Shango had to receive all the items. So I would I was showing her in real time how to put those items into my Shango and what to do, because I was too weak to do it. I was on the floor. So she took that. I told her what I had to put certain things inside of my Oshun. I had to cleanse her hands because she is not a crown, she's not a Nishan, none of that. So I had to cover her so she could go in, and I talked to my Santos. They saw my condition, but I needed to give Oshun something inside of her shrine. So I told Sister Tree what to do, and I was talking to Oshun while Sister Tree was doing it. So I reinforced my Shango. I gave Oshun what she had to receive, and then I had to go to Obba. So I cleansed Sister Tree again, knowing that I was too weak to actually do it myself. When people are talking and talking about they're concerned about me, I have religious rights that I have to perform. And in that moment, I was too weak to perform them. Just like when Minister Mario was too weak to perform his rights, I was doing that. I didn't realize what goes around comes around. But I was working Minister Mario Son of Bertosi Santos because with permission from Padrino, and that's why I was working his orishas the way I was doing it, because I was given permission. And just like I was giving her permission to give my Santos the things that they needed to help me. In my Ita, Obba said that she was going to give me health and she was going to give me strength. And so Sister Tree, I had Ochosi came in and spoke as well. And so there's things I had to give, I had to put inside of my Obba. And so I cleansed those. I gave those to Sister Tree. I was pointing to her. She was nervous, and I know why, but I had nobody there, and I really appreciate Sister Tree for being there. So she put everything inside of Obba. The reason I'm telling you this, I would not be getting the outcome that I'm getting now if I had not done those things. When you are part of a practice, there are certain rituals we have to do to strengthen ourselves, protect ourselves, because Obba had already spoke, illegal how they spoke, what I needed to do. My children weren't going to understand, neither were they going to be there to help me do it. My sister was not going to understand. My mom, they're not into the religion. So I got all of that done. And Sister Tree helped me get in the car. And so we proceeded off to do. So in that, when Sister Monique, when I was telling Josh that I had to complete what I needed to get done, one of those things were I needed to finish Obba's altar. Before I go into what I knew what was spoken to me. I was trying to impress upon him the importance why I needed to go to Lauderdale. It was not important to Josh for whatever reason, but Sister Monique drove me down there. She did not know the significance of why I needed to go down there, because I needed certain things on Obba's altar so she can do what she promised me in that Ita. And when, just like any form of magic, if it's not on the altar, it's not in the Gregory bag, it cannot manifest. And so a part of getting what I needed from the Santos was also a part of my commitment to get those items on her altar, around her shrine, in her pot, so she could manifest on the natural realm for me, for the things that she had promised. And as you see, that my health is coming back stronger and stronger and stronger. It is essential for anybody that is practicing the ATRs, whatever tradition that you follow through, or you have somebody follow through for you, because the spirit, ancestor, Egon, Muerto cannot fulfill their obligation for you on earth if they don't have those items or those instruments in their shrines or in their space or their altars. And Obba has been showing up and showing out for me, because not only did she speak, but because I got up and did what I needed to do. Thank you to Sister Monique for getting me that she did not know. Even though my overall altar is definitely gorgeous and beautiful, there were certain things that had to be on that altar for me to get manifestation. When you are not initiated, when you're not crowned, you're not a part of a spiritual society, you cannot speak on those things. You cannot, God, I cannot allow my family or loved ones to guide my head. I must allow their Santos, my guardians, to guide my head. This is where we come in conflict when it comes down to that. I'm going to say it again. I told them, I will live and I will die in conjure. I was born to do magic. I was born to do conjure. And so that is my destiny. From the time I was born to the time I leave here, I will be doing magic. So what I am trying to do is make sure they're telling me what is going on in my bloodline, what is going in my blood. And these are the things that I need to do in order to override some of the negativity of the blood disorder. And what they have been doing is giving me more help. And Obba is in my life to give me love and health. Obba is going to do what Oshun, and that's why Oshun showed up at the river, at the ocean, because Oshun promised to restore the love and the things I lost. Minister Mario was so essential physically in my life because he was hands-on. Wherever I went, whatever I needed, he was there. When you lose people like that in your life, everybody's talking about this and talking about that, but ain't nobody getting up 4 in the morning, riding to Miami, Tampa, doing none of that. When I need things done. So Obba is giving me my health so I can do stuff for myself. I thank God for the Santos. I thank God for obedience. I also thank God for Sister Tree being physically there. I thank God for Sister Monique for physically being there. One thing about me, I always give people credit for what they do and what they do in my life, whether small or grand. I'm not giving nobody credit what they ain't do. If you were there, you were there. If you wasn't there, you were there. Did I get phone calls? Yes. But physically helping me do the things that was going to make me strong, even though I have to go through all of this, I have everything I need to get the desired outcome that I am looking for. I'm going to say that again. I am a Santero, I am a matriarch, and so therefore there are certain magical things or energies that have to be in place, and they are in place. This is why I'm having the outcomes the way that I am, why I'm having the victory the way I am, because I did what Obba told me to get done, and I did not wait for tomorrow. And I preach this over and over. Do not put off tomorrow for today. Put off today for tomorrow, because nobody knows what tomorrow gonna bring. Every day brings its own situation, and if you are a type of person that do not like to get stuff done, you're going to make things very hard for your life. And these are the reasons why I teach people about being a good steward of your money. Knowing, because you never know what you have to do. You never know what you have to purchase. And I was able to get everything that I needed. I was able to get my Shango reinforced. I was able to get the altar done. And that medicine's still coming up. So that's why when Sister Monique brought me back, Sister Tree met me at my house. I was asleep in the car. Sister Tree took me back to the church where we proceeded to get my altar together. I was strong enough to get some of those things done and put them in place. And I asked her, I said, how it looked. But I knew the purpose of why I had to have those instruments on her Obba's altar. And I'm watching the evidence of the Santos strengthen me and bless me. What people don't like about me, I am going to be honest and I'm going to tell the truth. Out of all the concerns for my health, my mother can't give me health. My children can't give me health. My sister can't give me health. But the Santos can give me health. I'm going to say that again. I told my wife, God can always give me another wife. You cannot give me another God. I have always put God first. I don't care if God is Santos. I don't care if God Egon. I have never been an individual man that I put the natural before the spirit. I have never been there. I don't care what's going on with me. I don't care how I feel. I always take care of God's house. I always take care of Egon's house. I always say that has been the drive of my life. I am fully committed to my spirituality, whether it's high or low. Just like I tell everybody, it may not be easy. All I can promise you, it'll be worth it. And what I have experienced through all of this, going through my anemia, I have watched Obba, in particular, in particular, I watch Obba stand up. Do you hear me? Praise is what I could not even sing anymore. I had no voice because of this medicine. But Obba promised me to give me health. And that's what she's been doing. I have a meeting with a lawyer because I am not going back into the hospital without talking to an attorney or somebody that understands that these people are giving me this medicine, knowing that it is damaging my body. I haven't taken this medicine in a minute. But the reason why I came on here, Obba was speaking, and I was trying to keep my commitment to her, and I got it done. A lot of y'all get into the religion, and the only thing you got on your mind, what can a Risa, what can a Loa, what can a Punga, what can my ancestors do for me? You have a work to do. You got a part to play. This is your destiny. This is your call. This is your mission. And with the mindset you have in the church of entitlement, what allows you to feel like every spirit they failed you. No, you failed you because you didn't do your part. The average person, you think because you going through what you're going through, that negates your responsibility and your part to play in your own miracle, your own manifestation, or your own fruition of prophecy. Joseph still had the dream, but he still got to go through what he had to go through. You believe because you are chosen. You believe because you are a magical worker that it causes you to ignore the physical plane that you were born into. None of my initiation changed the fact that I got the family that I got. No amount of initiation is going to change how people look at me. No amount of initiation is going to change my economic status but me. You have a responsibility in the urban realm to be, whether God gave you 5 talents, whether he gave you 3 talents, or he gave you 1. He is still looking for the return. If you don't grow up and assume responsibility, I have been a leader that I have led you all transparently through my own trial, watching me take my own medicine, the very medicine that I preach and give out to you. And you watch me overcome one situation after the next. It's because I am obedient. I do not lean to my own understanding. I let God direct my path, whether that God is Egon or answer. In this particular case, it was Obba, Evasa. It was Obba giving me the energy. Stephanie Mills sings a song. She said her friends giving her the energy. When you're Evasa, what I need, my mama can't give. What I need, my children can't give. What I need, my loved ones can't give. What I need comes from above. What I need comes from above. I want you to understand, you are trading your relationship with the divine, trying to appease earthly people that are not committed to nothing. Nothing. No church, no society, nothing. They just living. But I am committed. I am dedicated. When you support Apostle Edie, you are celebrating somebody is that God spirit is first. And when he says for the clay to become, I said what to become? Because the clay has no power over the powder. Some of y'all think that you got power to determine what God or divine wants to turn you into. Transformation is Oya's job. My job is to handle the transformation. Be prepared for the transformation. To receive the transformation. And whatever I become out of the transformation, I assume my role. That's what's going on with me. That's my journey. Even at 52 years old, I still have to be obedient. At 52 years old, I still have to keep my word. At 52 years old, in spite of things I like and I don't like, through the hurt and all, my relationship has nothing to do with these people called family. It's my life. When I die, I'm going to wear the crown of Oya, because that's the Santos who I represent here on earth. And I endeavor, just like I endeavored to make my spiritual father proud, my God kid, I intend to make Oya proud. I intend to make Babaluaye proud that they chose me. That's my journey. I'm a Sagittarius, my moon is Aries, and my rising sign Pisces. When I say to God be the glory, amen, I know that the glory that I walk in is of the Lord. I know that the glory I walk in is of the saints and every other egun that is in my spiritual court. I am proud to be used. And when the Bible said this light affliction cannot be compared to the glory that shall be revealed, And when I come through all of this, when I tell you it will be worth it because I was obedient, I I am preparing myself to travel. I have a right to believe that because they have not lied to me thus yet. And if they did not want me to come through this, they would not be making ways for me. It's simple as that. It is important. I need to eat because I normally don't eat breakfast, but I got these pineapples. I should open these fruits. The most important, hardest thing for me to do is eat breakfast. It's I don't know why it's such a struggle. I just ain't never been that guy. I drink, and you know what? Somebody gave. I was again. I got a new phone. Somebody gave me. The young lady gave me some water, and I realized I hadn't drunk water in a while. That water was so good. I started. I asked her for 2 cups, and I was just thirsty. I normally like brisket tea, but I need to drink water. I already know it. But these are the things I'm expressing to you all. Stop getting involved. And this is why my membership is so important. So you can start grounding yourself. You can start getting a rational view of relationship, or whether it's Orisha or Pungo or ancestor. You have the wrong idea about how this works. And therefore you forfeit a lot of the manifestations because you feel like certain things you're going through, you shouldn't be going through. Yes, you should. Magic ain't never going to cause you not to be of the bloodline, physical bloodline. What magic does is teach you how to navigate in that bloodline, how whatever destiny you have. If when I tell you guys about my Haitian Voodoo membership, some of you feel like you have no idea how it's going to change your life. When I tell you guys about my Orisha, you have no idea. You know why? Because you have never had that level of commitment. I have experienced so many things because I am a sold out individual. I am completely, whatever I got to do, that's always been my motto. High, low, it is what it is. I do it. Nobody's forcing me. It's my personal commitment. It is not in any of my children. I have not seen it yet. More so in Josh, but still not fully committed. Trey wants power without commitment. Elijah wants power because he Elijah. He think because his name triple threat through triple E that they're gonna give him. It don't work like that. And one day, hopefully, before I leave here, that he have a conversation with me so I can get his head completely out of his ass before I leave here. Okay? But other than that, I don't care who you are. If you ain't committed like that to Lua or Egon, they're not going to give you that kind of access. They're not going to teach you kind of secrets. You have to prove worthy. Some of y'all think that Egon got to prove worthy. No, you got to prove worthy. That's the whole concept of Christ coming to the earth. He had to prove that he was worthy to receive all power from heaven and earth as a son of God. And that's why he was raised and exalted by his father, because he proved worthy. Bitch, the truth is, you ain't worthy. You want all of what heaven has to offer, and you don't want to go through nothing here on earth. I don't know what psychiatric ward that you're on, but you're not gonna get that. You read all about people like me. Sorry, people like me, but you don't want to go through what they had to paddle a bit. All the great, listen to their bios. Look at all the stuff they went through. All the rewards that Dionne Warwick getting now. But look what she had to go through. Whitney Houston. Y'all want all that, but you see other people getting Elvis Presley. Faker. He still had to put the work in to steal it. You ain't willing to put the work in to be a good thief or good con artist. You want to be a con artist and you lazy. You want to be a thief and you ain't on time. Just because you do evil, you still got to be proficient and get away with stuff. You got to be smart. Donald Trump is who he is because he's smart enough to finagle ignorant people. He know he can say whatever he want to say, and you gonna believe him. Why you gonna get mad at him? I ain't gonna get mad at him. If you let a man that don't go to church and ain't never beg God for forgiving, say you a Bible. When you get through, I got a bridge for you. Cause I got a church to build. If you go for that, if you give him some head because you think he come from God, can I get my nuts sucked because I'm a vessel of the Most High? And since you get out and doing everything you doing for the kingdom, I got some nuts over here. Praise God. I got a title work over him. I mean, I'm just being honest with you. You don't get mad with nobody because you playing stupid. My hat's off to him. I ain't mad with nobody with how they get their hustle. I don't care who it is. Good, bad, or indifferent. I respect the game. But they say, don't hate the player, hate the game. And a lot of y'all, because you want to do the work, you find yourself in a situation. I gotta go. So I don't want no excuse talking about I want no I'm ready for call. Oh, I'm going off. I hope that you take this for what it is. Because when I get my blood, because the only thing I need now is blood. I'm going on blood stream. So thank you to all of y'all that sincerely support me financially any way you can. I say thank you. All right? God bless.